going to show you in this video how to create a canvas in Photoshop in which you can put a number of images together. So I'm going to start off by selecting a number of pictures from a folder that I have, and I'm going to drag them into the Photoshop icon. And you can see when they open that they all open up in different tabs. So if I come up here, I can click on the different tabs and see my various images up there. So the first step is you want to look at the size of your images so that the canvas that you create is appropriately sized for the pictures that you have. So I'm going to go up to the top with one of my images selected, and I'll go to Image, Image Size. So this tells me how large my image is. This image is very large. It's 36 about by 36, and it's fairly low resolution, so it's only about 72 pixels per inch. I want my canvas to be a little bit higher resolution, and it might be around the same size. So I can hit cancel because I don't actually need to make any changes here. And I'm guessing that all of these images are about the same, but you can always go through them and check. So I'm going to create a new file here. So I'm going to go up to File, New, and I can type in my new file name. I'll just type in New Canvas, and you can put in the size that you want. So I'm going to make my canvas fairly large because if I need to crop it down at any point, I can do that very easily. It's not quite as easy to make a canvas larger once you've already created it. So I'm going to make it maybe 50 inches by, I don't know, we'll say 50 inches. It can be a square for now. And the resolution is currently at 300. That's really good for printing. Anything below about 150 ppi or pixels per inch is not quite good enough for printing. So I can leave it at 300. I think I will actually turn it down to 150 because my other images are pretty low resolution. So I'll do 150 pixels per inch. And you can also choose your background color. So it's set to white right now, which is what I want. You can also make it the background color that you have set up on your toolbar, or you can make it transparent. I'll leave mine white because that's what I want. And then I'll hit OK. So this opens up a new file, so it actually adds a new tab here, and this is where I'm going to place all of my images. So if I click on a picture that I want to bring into this new canvas, all I need to do is hold down Command A to select all on my keyboard, and then we have the running ants around it. I'll do Command C to copy, and now I've copied this picture, and I'm going to click on my new canvas and hold down Command V, V for Valentine's Day, and paste it on there. Okay, so that's actually a pretty decent size for the canvas because I'm going to be putting a bunch of images on here. I won't make this larger. If I did, it might look pixelated when I go to print it out, but I could make it smaller if I thought that it was too big the way that it showed up on the canvas. I could hold down Command T on my keyboard, which stands for transform, and I could resize it. When you're resizing, if you hold down Shift while you're changing the size, so click on the corner and drag in, it will keep it from sort of distorting. So if you don't hold down Shift, it might get squished, but if you do hold down Shift, it should keep that proportion. Okay? If you've resized it and you like the size that it is, you can hit Enter, and it makes that transformation permanent. Okay, so then you would just do the same thing. You would go to another image that you wanted to bring in, Command A to select all, Command C to copy, and then click on your new canvas and do Command V to paste. Okay, so this one's a bit larger, so the image was a little bit of a different size, so I will go ahead and transform this to make it the same size. Depending on what you're going for, you might have images that are different sizes on your canvas, but I think for this I will keep them all the same size. So I'll do Command T to transform. I'll hold down Shift and resize. I'll drag it up here so I can see kind of how it lines up with this other one. Okay, I think that looks good. I can hit Enter or Return. And then it's possible that it's not perfect, so if I zoom in, I can see if those actually line up, which they actually don't quite, so I can change that. I think they do at the top. So I can, again, do Command T. Because I've selected this layer here, it's going to edit that image that I have. I'll hold down Shift, and I can resize and make sure that's lined up, same size. And then I'll hit Return. So that's really it. You would just keep going into your other images, selecting all, copying, and then pasting into your canvas. If by the end you decide that you have too much extra space and you want to crop it, you can. It's very easy. Just use the crop tool and crop in. Specifically for the project that my Photo 2 class is doing, where you're adding text, I'll show you quickly how to use the Type tool. It's right here on your toolbar, and when you select it, it gives you these new options up in your options bar, so you can choose what kind of font you want, whether it's bold, italic, etc., the font size, how it's oriented, the text color, so all of those options are up there. You can create a text box and start typing in, or you can also just click and start typing. So that's kind of hard to see because we're kind of zoomed out, so I'll zoom in. But there's my text that I've added in. You can always go back and edit it if you click on the text or the horizontal type tool again, and then click within your text. You can change. If you highlight it and then change your options up here, so say I wanted to try a different font, you can do that. I can increase the size and make any of those changes that I want. Okay. If I decide that I want to move this just with anything else, I can use my Move tool and kind of move that text around. Okay, so that's it. Because we have multiple layers here, we have our background layer, which is just white, and we have our various images and our text, which is an additional layer too. When you go to save, if you want to do any more changes to the layers, then make sure you save it as a Photoshop file. If you just want to save it as a flat image, you can save it as a JPEG file.